Today, we will be showing you how to create custom rubrics for scoring in Canvas. Rubrics are a great way to set up custom or outcome-based assessment criteria for scoring. A rubric is an assessment tool for communicating expectations of quality with your students. Rubrics are typically comprised of rows and columns. Rows are used to define the various criteria being used to assess an assignment. Columns are used to define levels of performance for each criterion. Rubrics can be set up as non-scoring rubrics, which allows for assessment-based and outcome-based grading without points. You would use a rubric to communicate assessment expectations to your users, align predefined learning outcomes to your course assignments and assessments, and assess online submissions in the SpeedGrader. Next, let's create a rubric. From my dashboard, I will open my course. In the course navigation, I will click the Outcomes link, and then click Manage Rubrics in the top right-hand corner. You can see your previously created rubrics here, but to create a new rubric, click the Add Rubric button. In the title field, add a title for the rubric. This title identifies the rubric so it can be easily associated with an assignment, graded discussion, or quiz. The rubric includes one default criterion entry. To edit the criterion description, click the edit icon. It's good to keep in mind that currently the criterion cannot be reordered after they're added to the rubric. If you want to display criterion in a specific order, make sure you create them in the order that you prefer. Enter a short description for the criterion in the description field. To add a longer description to the criterion, enter a longer description. The longer description provides students more information about the criterion. When you're finished, click the Update Criterion button. By default, rubric ratings are created as individual point values. If you want to create a point range instead, click the Range checkbox. Ranges allow you to assign a rating for a range of point options instead of just one point value. Except for the range value display, criterion ranges function the same way as individual point ratings. For instance, a range that includes a maximum of 5 points and a minimum of 3 points is assigned the full point value of 5 points. Rubric ratings default to 5 points, awarding 5 points for full rubric marks and 0 points for no rubric marks. If you want to adjust the total point value of the criterion, enter the number of points in the points field. The first rating, full marks, updates to the new point total, and any incremental ratings adjust appropriately. To add a new rating for the criterion, click the Add icon. In the Edit Rating window, complete the rating criterion description. By default, the rating score field displays the point value between the two existing ranges. To change the point value for the rating score, enter the new point value in the rating score field. Points can be whole or decimal numbers. However, if you are using a range, point values should be whole numbers. In the rating title field, enter a title for the rating. In the rating description field, enter a description for the rating. When you're finished, click the orange Update Rating button. To edit a rating, click the Edit icon. Editing a specific rating value affects the full point value for the criterion. If you adjust the point value of a rating, the value of all ratings will adjust and create the updated point value for the criterion. To delete a rating, click the Ratings Delete icon. Note that you cannot delete the first and last rating for the criterion. To add another criterion, click the Add Criterion link. Here you can create a new criterion or duplicate an existing criterion. To duplicate an existing criterion, click the name of the criterion you would like to duplicate. The duplicate criterion is helpful if you have several criterion that you would like to add. Then, once you've created it, all you will need to do is update the rating descriptions. Now that I have created my rubric, I can click the orange Create Rubric button at the bottom of my screen. If I wanted to edit this rubric, I just need to click the pencil icon. And then when I'm finished editing, scroll down and click the orange Update Rubric button. You can also delete your rubric by clicking the trash can right next to the edit icon. Another good thing to know is that once a rubric has been used to assess a student, the rubric cannot be edited. However, existing rubrics can be recopied and used on other assignments. And that's how you create a course rubric.